Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Enzo Marresca confirms Chelsea transfer decision after Levi Colwill injury. Chelsea head coach Enzo Marresca has drawn a firm line in the sand over the club's defensive plans for the remainder of the transfer window, confirming that no new centre-back will be signed despite Levi Colwill's devastating injury blow. The 21-year-old England international suffered an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury in pre-season training, ruling him out for the majority of the 2024-25 campaign. For a player who had become central to Chelsea's defensive structure and long-term vision, the news was a hammer blow. Initially, Marresca was quick to press the club's hierarchy for reinforcements, publicly admitting that a new central defender was needed. "The club knows exactly what I think," he said earlier this month. "We will see what happens. I think we need a central defender." But after days of speculation, internal meetings, and quiet frustrations behind the scenes, Marresca confirmed on Thursday that Chelsea's approach had shifted. The Blues will not dip back into the market for a centre-back, instead choosing to rely on internal solutions. From plea to pragmatism. Speaking at Cobham ahead of Chelsea's trip to West Ham, Marresca revealed that the club and the coaching staff are now aligned on a different course of action. "I already said that we are looking for internal solutions, and I showed that last week against Palace. We'll see what happens," he explained. When pressed on whether Chelsea were actively pursuing a defender, the Italian responded with a mixture of patience and irritation. "We are trying to find solutions. Probably I need to improve my English. I repeat again, we are looking for internal solutions, and we will see if something happens." The comment, delivered with a flash of frustration, reflected a manager caught between personal desire and institutional direction. Marresca wanted an experienced defender to plug the gap left by Colwill. The club, however, believes that between Dosin Adarabio, Trevoh Chalobah, Axel Disasi, Wesley Fofana, and academy graduates, there is enough cover without the need for a costly addition late in the transfer window. The West Ham test. Marresca's commitment to internal solutions was already visible in Chelsea's goalless draw against Crystal Palace on the opening day of the Premier League season. He had planned to partner Dosin Adarabio with Chalobah, but Dosin failed to complete training on the eve of the match, forcing a last-minute reshuffle. That opened the door for 19-year-old Josh Achimpong, who stepped in to make his senior debut. Despite the pressure of the occasion, Achimpong acquitted himself admirably, showing composure and resilience. The teenager is unlikely to become a permanent fixture just yet, but his performance provided encouragement that Chelsea's academy pipeline could again prove its worth. Dosin has since returned to training and is fit to face West Ham on Friday night, meaning Marresca can restore the balance he originally intended. A risky strategy. Still, the decision not to pursue a new centre-back is not without risk. Chelsea are competing on multiple fronts this season: the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, and the FIFA Club World Cup later in the year. Injuries and suspensions will test the depth of the squad, and Colwill's absence leaves a significant gap both in quality and in leadership at the back. Wesley Fofana's long-term injury record only compounds those concerns. Chalobah has also battled fitness problems, while Disasi has been inconsistent since his arrival last year. That leaves Dosin, signed from Fulham earlier this summer, as the only fully fit, senior, left-footed option. By putting faith in internal solutions, Chelsea are gambling that youth and squad flexibility can compensate for the loss of Colwill. It is a decision shaped by financial realities as much as footballing philosophy, with the club already heavily invested in new arrivals further up the pitch. Marresca's challenge. For Marresca, the challenge is now twofold. He must not only organize a defensive unit capable of withstanding the rigors of a long season, but also nurture young players like Achimpong while managing the expectations of senior professionals. The Italian system relies heavily on controlled possession and disciplined positioning, meaning defenders are expected to be as comfortable on the ball as they are in duels. Colwill excelled in this regard. Replacing his attributes internally will be no easy task, and Marresca's tactical creativity will be tested. Looking ahead, Chelsea's decision may frustrate some supporters who hope for a marquee signing to shore up the backline. But it also represents an opportunity. Marresca has consistently spoken about his belief in the club's young talent, and Colwill's absence could accelerate the development of players who otherwise might not have featured as prominently. With West Ham looming on Friday night, the first test of Chelsea's internal solutions approach will be under the lights at the London Stadium. It will be a high-pressure environment, but one that could set the tone for how the Blues navigate a season without one of their brightest defensive stars. For now, Marresca has made peace with the club's stance. There will be no new centre-back. The challenge, and the responsibility, rests with those already at Stamford Bridge. Andre Santos stays here with us, Marresca confirms Chelsea midfielder's future. Chelsea head coach Enzo Marresca has confirmed that midfielder Andre Santos will remain at Stamford Bridge this season, putting to rest speculation about a potential move away from the club. The 22-year-old Brazilian, who spent the past 18 months on loan at partner club Strasbourg, had reportedly attracted interest from several Premier League clubs, including West Ham United. With Chelsea facing the Hammers on Friday evening in the Premier League, attention has turned not just to the fixture, but also to the squad Marresca will field. Santos' future was a talking point after reports emerged that West Ham had submitted an offer for the midfielder earlier in the summer. Chelsea, however, rejected the proposal, signaling their intention to integrate Santos into the first-team squad rather than let him leave. Marresca's confidence in Santos. Speaking at a press conference ahead of the West Ham clash, Marresca expressed his satisfaction with Santos' development and his excitement about the midfielder remaining part of the Blues' plans. First of all, I am very happy with Andre and the idea that Andre stays here with us, Marresca said. He can play in Enzo Fernandez or Moises Caicedo's positions for sure. He played one game in the Club World Cup against Palmeiras where he was very good as a number 6. So he can play in both positions very well. The comments underline Marresca's confidence in Santos' versatility. The Brazilian can operate as a defensive midfielder, shielding the backline, or in a slightly more advanced role, helping to link defense and attack. His ability to adapt to multiple midfield roles gives Chelsea tactical flexibility, particularly as the club continues to manage injuries and rotation across a packed fixture schedule. A step forward in Santos' development. Santos' return from Strasbourg marks a significant step in his development. While on loan, he gained valuable experience in League One, adapting to a higher level of competition and building resilience on the pitch. His performances in France caught the attention of Chelsea's coaching staff, who saw in him a player capable of competing at the top level of English football. Marresca's comments indicate that the coach is ready to trust Santos in key games this season. His standout performance in the Club World Cup against Palmeiras, where he operated effectively as a deep-lying midfielder, has already earned him a vote of confidence from the manager. Marresca believes Santos has the skill set to compete in both holding and box-to-box midfield roles, making him a